Ladies and gentlemen, wonderful people, this is Call of Duty Fanatics. Welcome back to another Call of Duty report, and today guys we are going to dive into everything that's coming in weekend 2 of the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 open beta. And yeah, it's open for everybody, so more people will get the glimpse what's happening. But I've gotta be real with you guys, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And we spoke a lot about the problems that the current beta is having in the last few videos, and it's actually awful. I definitely expected more, and community expected more, given the fact that Treyarch had 4 years to develop this game. While there is going to be a few new additions to the game, most of the changes feel like a rehash of old problems, and there's a lot that needs to be addressed before this game is fully released. Unfortunately, I'm not sure there's going to be enough time, but let's just pray that everything is gonna be alright. But before we proceed any further, I really need to thank you all guys for your kind support in the last 2 weeks. Over 50,000 views on a channel that was not active for more than, I would say, 2 years. I was posting some videos here and there, but 50,000 views and over 200 new subscribers, like, fair play to you guys. Thank you very much, and I'm humbled with your support. I also want to inform you that we are now officially opening a hunt for 30k subscribers. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button for notifications so you can be informed every time new video about Call of Duty comes out. So let's get started by talking about the new maps and modes that are supposedly the highlight of the second beta weekend. Activision is throwing in a few new maps, but honestly they don't bring anything groundbreaking to the table. They feel like reskin of previous maps, lacking any real creativity or innovation. Players were hoping for something fresh, but instead we are getting environments that seems all too familiar with little to no originality in design. That pit map, guys, that's one big dumpster fire that nobody asked for. Like, they are trying desperately to create something that's gonna look like Shipment or Nuketown, but instead of using the formulas that are working, they are just creating a complete and utter mess. Now let's talk about the balancing issues that continue to plague the game. In weekend 1, we saw the problem crop up: weapon imbalance, frustrating matchmaking, and inconsistent gameplay experiences. And I'll just mention to you guys the Jackal SMG. Like, every single person in every single lobby was using the same weapon, and especially those guys that bought $100 version had a win formula because that weapon was just unstoppable. The movement was crazy, hit markers were, you didn't need it to even aim and you would hit your shots, which is a pay to win scheme, which is such a shame to have it, especially in the testing period of the game. So you'd think after feedback from the community they would make significant adjustments, but unfortunately that is not happening. The same overpowered weapons dominate, and players are still getting tossed into strange matches, making the experience frustrating for both casual and competitive players. Speaking of matchmaking, let's not forget about the ongoing SBMM and EOMM disaster. If you thought they might dial it down for weekend 2, you're in for a rude awakening, guys, because they're not gonna do anything. There was few statements that from the Activision and Treyarch that SBMM is here to stay, and they do not intend to do anything in regards of this cancerous system they invented. The matchmaking is still designed to punish you for doing well. So this is not, guys, about the skills. So don't let yourself down and don't be hard on yourself. You will probably end up in matches, especially if you have a good KD, where you will feel, Jesus, what's happening? Am I this bad at the game? I should quit. I can't hit my shots and this and that. No, this is not a skill issue, guys. This is EOMM and SBMM actually hitting you hard because you're good at the game. So, as I said, after a couple of decent matches, you're thrown into a sweaty lobbies filled with try-hard, ruining any sense of fun or casual player. The algorithm continues to prioritize keeping you hooked in frustrating, grindy matches instead of letting you actually enjoy the game. So, in a plain, simple language, you will have one match, you will smash the lobby, have 40, 50, 60 kills, and the next 15 matches you're doomed. And even, it's not even a skill issue. Even if you're good and you're trying hard, but you simply cannot hit your shots. But as I said before, that's skill-based and engagement-based matchmaking system hitting you hard, because this game is rigged and it doesn't let you enjoy your experience. And let's now address the elephant in the room. Cheating, guys. It's ridiculous that we are this far into the beta and still dealing with rampant cheating issues. Whether it's wall hacks or aimbots, the cheating community is alive and well, and I think they are doing better than ever before. Even with the ricochet, which I like to call ricochet, anti-cheat system supposedly running in the background, it feels like little has been done to curb these problems. It's a major letdown, and it shows just how out of control the cheating situation has become in Call of Duty. And you know how they are saying the corporate statements, oh, we are having a team of dedicated professionals, 4,000 developers working on this game, working on Ricochet. That's just plain simple lies. I would bet, guys, that there's no more than 5 people working in the Ricochet department, sitting there just doing absolutely nothing because they can't do anything, and occasionally just checking what's happening. Because unfortunately Activision and their studios decided to rely solely on artificial intelligence, which is wrong. AI is good, it's a good tool to be supplementary for the humans and help them, but not replace humans completely, especially with the problem that we are having over here, and we are talking about cheating, of course. So overall, guys, it's a major letdown, and it shows just how out of control the cheating situation has become in Call of Duty. The next one would be the performance issues are big thing that it's very hard to ignore. So lag, frame rate drops, and server instability were all the problems in weekend 1. And unfortunately, we haven't got any statement from Activision or Treyarch that they will address these issues. For a game of this scale, with the amount of resources Activision has, it's frankly unacceptable that they can't get the servers to run smoothly. Players are constantly getting booted out of the matches or dealing with game-breaking lag. But guys, it's absolutely self-explanatory why is this happening. The player base is shrinked to a minimum at this moment, and they're hiding that from us, guys. Less and less people, unfortunately, are playing this game because they're seeing through the lies of Activision, they're seeing through this crappy EOMM and SBMM, and people just don't want to get engaged anymore. That's why they reduce the number of servers anyways, and that's why you, let's say, queue in a server in Europe at a particular time, and then you end up playing with the people from the United States. That's how bad it is, because there's not enough player base in your regions, and servers are getting mashed up, people are getting mashed up from everywhere, and your experience is getting even worse. And what about the overall feel of the game? We're supposed to be in the next generation of Call of Duty, but Black Ops 6 feels like it's stuck in the past. The clunky Omni movement system introduced in this game is still as awkward and unnecessary as it was before. Players are forced to adapt to mechanics that feel more like a gimmick than a true improvement to the core experience. It's the kind of change that feels more about marketing buzz than about genuinely improving the game. And by the looks of your comments and analysis and thoughts, I'm not sure that community is actually impressed with this Omni movement crappy innovation that they introduced. I agree, Every game needs a bit of an innovation, but why changing the core things that are kind of there for the last 10, 15, 20 years? Ultimately, this beta has exposed more of the cracks in Black Ops 6 than anything else. Instead of building excitement for the full release, it actually revealed just how much work still needs to be done. But will there be time for any more work? Sure, there are a few things to play with, but the major problems, matchmaking, cheating, balancing and performance, still persists, leaving many of us wondering if the final game will be any better. And I'm not optimistic on that part as well, because there's only like 50 days until the full release of the game, and unfortunately the core of this game cannot be changed. You know, there's a lot of people talking about, oh, it's only beta version, the full game is gonna be much better and this and that. No, beta version equals final version, that's it. They're just checking stability of the servers here and small feedbacks from the community, like when it comes to this movement or whatever. They're just checking for the things. This is the final version of the game, guys. Yeah, you will have single player campaign, you will have full multiplayer, you will have we will have zombies and a few other modes, but this is it, guys. This is the final version of the game, and it's not gonna change much by the time of its release. So guys, before you start playing open beta, you have to know that we are looking at just another Call of Duty game that falls short of its potential. Based on what we've seen in the first weekend, that's certainly the direction it seems to be heading. There is still time for Activision to make some changes before the full release, but if they don't start listening to the player base and community and addressing these core issues, Black Ops 6 is shaping up to be a huge disappointment. Now guys, that's it for today's video. If you've been playing the closed beta, let me know in the comments what your experience has been like. Are you as frustrated as I am, or are there things you're actually excited about? Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more update as we are getting closer to the game's release. Now guys, until next time, I wish you all the best and stay frosty.